Plate equipment change out all sizes for just $69.98. That's right, just $69.98. We'll get a 40-gallon water heater for only $15.98 for trusted repairs on your own unit or a system replacement. Call SA Specialties today, 281-646-8500.
Breaking news right now. Many situation over in Smuggler's, Pennsylvania.
Good evening, y'all. Good evening. How y'all doing this evening? As the YouTube channel continues to grow, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hey, friend. I saw you weren't feeling good. I hope you're feeling better. As the channel continues to grow, especially on YouTube, I'm gonna start having some women, and or men, but some women come on the channel who would like to share some of their own lived experiences. But I noticed that I wanted to get on here real quick and talk about this. I noticed that it's a pastor of a mega church out in Dallas. I saw it on the news the other day, and he stepped down. There I go. So I should be good now. But anyways, y'all. So I just saw on the news the other day, a pastor out of Dallas. He just stepped down due to a moral failure. When I saw that, my heart saddened, and it's just another reminder to me of why this channel will continue to grow and must go on, and is definitely the right time right now for this. I wonder, and this was a mega church, so if you think Lakewood, big church, I wonder how many people that look up to that pastor, who look at him as their spiritual father, who lean on him for guidance. This is a Christian church in Dallas, a mega church. I wonder how many people, whatever that moral failure was, I wonder how many people in his mega church are probably struggling with the same doggone thing. But he stepped down due to this moral failure. But do y'all understand all of this secrecy within the church and hiding stuff? Do you understand that the very thing that he's covering and said that he stepped down due to a moral failure, it's people in his congregation, I guarantee you, who are struggling with that same thing. Do you know if he would have remorsefully, let it be public. Why? Because you're a mega. You have that much influence. Leaders in Harris County, in Houston, wherever you are, if you are a leader in your community, when I say leader, I consider myself a leader in the community. When I say leader, I mean people who are either community activists on any level, prison advocacy, social workers, doctors, lawyers, all of that, anyone that works in a professional setting that is doing positive in your community. People look up to you. You have a large following. You're a leader. Judges. Leaders. You bear the responsibility. You do. You bear this responsibility of being able to live a life that's somewhat morally acceptable, but it's not even that, because we're all human, right? We're all human. Everybody messes up. The thing is this secrecy. That's the thing. Other people, if we were supposed to live our lives and just cover up our deepest strongholds, what is the point of living a life like that? Do you think that God just pull you out of these horrible situations just so you can say that you survived? Just so you can say, I lived through something bad? That ain't it. You want to reach somebody? Talk about what it was. Be free enough from it. Is it that you're not free enough from it because you're still practicing in it? So you don't want to be too open about it? You'd rather just step down and say that it was because of a moral failure? Where's the freedom in that? I'm just saying. And then when you see a sister who's supposed to be a sister actually speaking out, some of you owe me an apology if you really want to get honest about it. Some of you owe me an apology for the way you came at me when I first started talking openly about what I'm experiencing. About how I'm married to a narcissist and in the midst of a divorce and exposing some of the stuff that he took me through. Some of you in the body owe me an apology. Hey, guess what? You've been forgiven already, but I'm just saying, you don't dare try to silence somebody just because they have the courage and obedience to do the very thing that you covering up. This is not my comfort zone. I'm not here on my own accord. Look up and down my page. My page started, I got on Facebook in 2010, almost 15 years ago. If I was going live, it was because I was at an event or something like that. Not me talking about anything. Guess what? I'm free now. I'm free now. No need to reach out to me with sympathy or nothing like that, because I'm free for real. But I'm just saying, I just saw on the news just 2 days ago that another pastor stepped down due to a moral failure. And all I'm saying is that people in the community, leaders in the community, y'all that glorify the good things in your life and got all of this massive following, do right. Share your struggles too. That's all I'm saying. Talk about how you struggle to not beat the crap out your wife. And how you slipped up and did it again, even though you promised her that the last time was going to be the last time. It's some pastors about to go preach a sermon in the morning, and they're going to preach about homosexuality, but just this morning they woke up cussing their wife out or putting their hands on her. And eventually they get to step down and say, it was a moral failure. Well, can we talk about what the moral failure was? I don't understand that. Where's the freedom? Who sets the example of what real life is? Oh, you think because you got a certain title or position behind your name that you're supposed to make it seem as if you're exempt from life problems? Nobody's exempt from the bullshit that happens in life. Nobody. Yet we could use our social media platforms to only post about the good things and make it appear as if everything is just great. But when we do go through the trials, we got to cover it up and keep no. So afraid of pain. Pain is nothing. It's an emotion. It's an emotion. Nothing to be afraid of. I'm going to keep talking about it, exposing it. Because it's necessary. It's too many people that go to church every Sunday. They make it their business to go to church every time the church house door is open. But they're living in bondage. Living in real bondage. Not really living a free life. Not walking in freedom and peace and joy. Or managing life's challenges. Oh, this is hey y'all. Too many people, like the one I was married to, that I'm still married to. I'm already thinking of somebody of my past, but seriously, too many people, like the one I'm currently divorcing. I don't get left, I leave. Like I don't get left, I leave. Like, period. I mean, I'm not bragging, but that's just what it is. I don't get left, I leave. So too many people, like the one I'm divorcing, live this life, this exemplary looking life. And it's not just narcissists. Everybody who lives this pretend life, it don't mean that they're a narcissist. But I'm just saying, too many people live this pretend life, this life that they built to make it seem as if it's one way when it's really not. Hide behind shame and so much stuff. Get free for real. That's all I'm saying. And if somebody is walking in their freedom, how dare you try to silence that person just because you're still bound? How dare you try to silence that person? It never ceases to amaze me. It never ceases to amaze me. Every time I see, hey, I tip my hat to Lena Hidalgo. I do. She did something that a lot of people ignore. A lot of black and brown people ignore their mental health. Yeah. It's serious. Want to get set free from depression? Huh? Start exposing the things that have you depressed. Start talking about it. I'm not saying that everybody is called to get on a public platform and bring all of their issues to here. But what I am saying is that there definitely should be more people doing it. More people in leadership doing it, especially the pastors, the apostles, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the doctors, the lawyers. Let people know, the clinicians, the mental health clinicians. Just because you have a therapist, it doesn't mean that your therapist, guess what? Like my therapist tells me, every great therapist has a therapist. Your therapist may also be taking some mental health medication. Like, get past the stigma about it. Start addressing your issues so you can get free for real. Yeah, it's sad to me, to hear earlier, just a couple days ago, that yet another pastor stepped down due to a moral failure. And all I could think about was, man, I wonder if he made this public, because he's a pastor of a mega church, and if he let people know, I need help too. I need help too. What if he would have let people know? Instead, he stepped down and said, I'm stepping down due to a moral failure. All I'm saying is, whatever the moral failure was, whatever the gravity of it was, I would imagine it had to be something that was pretty major. Something that he felt is so shameful that he didn't dare to say what it was. He said he stepped down due to a moral failure. Pastor out of Dallas, mega church. Pastor of a mega church steps down due to a moral failure. What's the moral failure? Do you really care about the people that following you? Because it's somebody that's struggling with that same thing, and if you just said it, if you just got it off your lips, and it's really concerning that so many of these people in leadership are stepping down due to a moral failure, it makes me wonder, do they not want to talk about what the moral failure is because they still living in it? And immorality? Somebody just called me earlier. Another double life exposed. No matter how much it takes. Anyways, y'all, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I just want to encourage people of leadership, people who are in leadership. Hey, the truth really does set you free. That's a scripture that has turned into this cliche thing to say. But I promise you, it's so much freedom in just exposing whatever it is. You don't have to hold it no more then. Matter of fact, it won't hold you anymore if you just let it out. I commend all of the people who have inboxed me, sharing with me very personal, intimate things that they have experienced, brokenness, over the last 2 months since I started this channel. Hey, I appreciate you for trusting me and feeling like I was safe enough to trust with your pain. I do. I appreciate you for trusting me with your pain. So many people since I started going live have reached out, sharing things that a lot of them they had never shared before to anybody. A week ago, somebody made a decision to leave an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage. She reached out to me and said, I got a plan. I got a plan. He gonna get high again tonight. And when he crashed this time, she wasn't there for him to wake up all irritable and start hitting on and all of that and disrespected. She made her escape plan, and sis left last Saturday. Took all of her. I commend you, and I thank you for I'm so glad that I was available to be there to listen to you. I'm so glad that you didn't have to feel alone when you were leaving a violent situation. I just want y'all to know that some of the very things that you struggle with, that you feel that this may be so shameful, or I don't really want to talk about this, or I don't want to tell nobody this, some of those very things, the very people that you look up to, this is serious, the very people that you look up to, you'd be surprised they are struggling also with some of the very same things that you're struggling with. And just because you're struggling with it and they haven't said nothing about it, that doesn't mean, I'm telling you, some of the very people that you admire, that you hold to a high standard, that you look up to, they struggling with some of the very things. Only difference is, ain't no difference. They hiding it just like you hiding it. If more people could truly walk in freedom, you would really be able to set more people free. Want to know why so many people just not turning their life over to the God that you're trying to introduce them to? That's just so great and wonderful. Nobody talks about his wrath anyways. Make it seem like God is just all grace. Like painting this false image. Yeah, they're not falling for it because you're not sharing your brokenness. You make it seem like your brokenness was 15 and 20 years ago. It was so far removed from you. Yeah, every testimony, you digging back. No, what about what he bringing you through right now? What about the right now? Like, people don't need to hear that. Oh, you just gonna step down? Be another somebody that steps down and say, I'm stepping down due to a moral failure. Do you know how much more impact you can have if you was really walking in freedom and shared that moral failure with so many, all of these followers and people who look up to you? Yet you cover it. And then you get people to help you cover it. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. You cover it and you get people to help you cover it. People like I was the one I was married to. He covered it very well. Made it seem like it didn't. He'd not been working for at least 6-7 months before his family even realized it. Covered it up so very well. It's sad, y'all. It's really sad times we living in. I don't know what's going on, but these are some really different, strange, peculiar, really sad times we living in. You know, it's sad when you see people bear the banner of Christianity, yet they walk in so much bondage. Left and right, the Christians are stepping down due to moral failures. Are you kidding me? Moral failures, all this secrecy in the body, all this secrecy, covering this up, hide this. Don't talk about it. Don't say what this is. And you want people to come to God because of what? So they can be in bondage. I don't understand. Yeah, that pastor that just stepped down, he probably won't come across this video, but for any of them that do, I really pray that, before the next one of you step down due to a moral failure, that you really consider that. And even in the process of you stepping down, but that you reconsider exposing what that moral failure is to the people, the men and women and children who look up to you, who call you spiritual mother and father. That's all I'm saying. in your process of getting free from whatever that moral failure is, bring some more people with you. That's all I'm saying. You're not the only one that's trying to get free from it. And if you really want to be free from it, once you start exposing what that thing is, that's when you can step into some real freedom. That's when. Expose and empower. The time is now for this. And I understand my assignment. Yeah, hey Lisa, I understand my assignment. I do. I'm not missing it this time. I'm not missing it this time. I don't understand this. This is sad. One pastor after another. I mean, this was a pastor of a mega church. Did y'all see that on the news? Pastor of a mega church just this week stepped down due to a moral failure. Guess what? He could have, while he's stepping down due to the moral failure, he could have grabbed so many people and said, come on, this moral failure, whatever it was, I'm about to expose it right now because I'm about to set free some of y'all that I know y'all look up to me. I know y'all look up to me, but I'm about to help you get set free from it too because I know you're struggling too. And for the person that's struggling alone with something, I promise you're not alone. The people that encourage you, the people you look up to, the people you admire the most, they struggling with some bullshit themselves. They just not really free from it. They either still living in it or the shame and guilt has them bound. That they get to live a life and escape accountability. No. Don't feel sorry for me. God was using me when I got married, and he's still using me right now. Right now. I see clearly his purpose. I see it so clearly. He's made it make sense to me a long time ago. And that's the reason why I get to walk in the grace of joy and real joy and peace and happiness right now. This channel is not to focus on. It ain't for him. It ain't wasted energy on him. It's about the people that I'm helping. And I'm sorry that some small-minded people won't understand that and won't see that. It wasn't meant for you to see. But the people that's supposed to get it, they do. They do. I'm grateful for this channel. Expose and empower. We're exposing my experiences that I dealt with while being married to a master manipulator and narcissist, Jeffrey Perkins. To living a double life, trying to hide an addiction to powder. Emotional, mental, physical abuse, all of it. I've been exposing all of it and will continue to do so. Why? Because it's time. It's time. I'm speaking out for all the people that didn't. It's time. I'm speaking for them too. And through this, I'm giving a voice. I'm being the voice for so many people that need it. I'm sorry you don't understand it. It's not for you to understand. But I know the messages and phone calls I've been receiving. So just know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I love y'all. I just wanted to get on here real quick and share what was on my heart right now. I just want to see people free, you know. That's it. It's like, I don't know, some people may relate to this, but when you first got to know God for real, and you wanted so many other people to experience that, that's how I feel. I got to I'm experiencing right now a freedom in the midst of this trial that I'm going through that is so encouraging to me. I want everybody to be able to walk in this same freedom and peace and real joy. The one that you don't have to pretend, y'all. You don't have to pretend. Real joy. Real, for real, for real. I want other people to have it too. And I want to share with y'all the things that I'm using to obtain that. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all of y'all. I thank all of y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look up my name. It's under Expose and Empower. You'll see me on there. I appreciate the subscribers to that. And thank everybody. Thank y'all for all of y'all that have sent stars since I've been starting this. I appreciate it. Like I said, this is not my comfort zone at all, but I just know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is what I'm spiritually led to do right now. And so I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. And I feel good. I feel good, you know. Life is good. Even in the midst of stuff. Life is so good. Even in the midst of whatever, life is good. Don't become tunnel vision on the problem to where you only see the problem. No. But that's it, y'all. I love y'all. I want people to really get free and walk in real freedom. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all maybe tomorrow.
They spoke with the media about how difficult it is to make those decisions. The head coach says it's just not easy.
On the roster cuts and decision makers.
Listen, sometimes we won't know what God is willing to do for us until we're in a situation where only God can